今アメリカ留学しない方がいいの？こんにちは、ニューヨーク留学アンバサダーのサラです。突然ですが皆さん、アメリカ留学に憧れていますか？だからこのビデオを見てると思うんですけど、しかし2025年1月20日から大統領がトランプ大統領に変わりましたね。そこでアメリカのみならず世界中が注目しているこの United States of America ということは皆さんご存知だと思います。とはいえネットにある情報だけでは真実にはたどり着きにくい。ましてや次々と新しいニュースが出てきてもてんやわんや、私も同じです。なので今回のビデオでは私が直接アメリカ人とスウェーデン人、ニューヨークを越えてテネシー州にまでインタビューをしに行ってきました。なのでリアルな現地人の声をお届けできたらなと思っています。ぜひ最後まで見てアメリカ留学の参考にしてみてください。今回インタビューした内容はアメリカ人が考える今の政治と経済に、スウェーデンからアメリカにアーティストビザとして渡米してきて感じる移民としての不利、3、アジア人として思う現在のアメリカ、またなんでアメリカがそれでもいいのかということをお話ししていけたらなと思っています。 Let's go! Okay, today's guest is Ryan! Yay! Where are you living?
Tennessee, in America.
In
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So I want to ask about people's difference between New York and Tennessee.
The difference of how people are?
How people are, and also like how people think about the politics.
Yeah.
Mostly.
So here, especially in this area of Tennessee, very homogenous. So everybody grew up very much the same way, and the same way of thinking. And there's not a lot of diversity. And so that affects, there's not a lot of diversity of thought.
Yeah.
And so a place like New York City is more diverse, and there's more diverse thought. So you find here it becomes what they call an echo chamber, where everybody is saying things that everybody agrees with around here.
Yeah.
And there are a few people who don't, like me. And they're seen as like bad or the outcast.
I see. In the Tennessee, most of people think the same way for politics, right?
Yes.
Is that because of the education or like the family?
It's both.
Both.
I've been thinking a lot about this lately because they all think I'm going to hell. They think I'm going to go to hell. And I'm like, well, I'll see you there because you're going to hell as well if I am. But anyways.
Wow, that's insane.
But so I've been thinking about this, and one of the things that they say is intelligence, being smart, and critical thought, critically thinking brings you further away from God. That's what they think. And they have these sayings like, have faith like a child, and they discourage like thinking critically, being intelligent. They think that that's a bad thing. So in some ways religion is keeping people uneducated.
I see.
And then in this area I was taught, it was called, instead of the American Civil War, it was called the War of Northern Aggression. So they like painted the North as the bad guys, and down here they painted the Southern states, which were the ones that wanted to keep slavery, as the good guys. And they said it wasn't about slavery, it was about states' rights, which it was about states' rights, but it was states' rights to own slaves. So yeah, I explained that these things are called institutionalized systems of domination. So in all institutionalized systems of domination start with just an idea, and it's a very bad idea. Like white supremacy. White people are better than everyone else. That's an ideology that someone can believe, but then when it gets implemented into all the institutions and it becomes policies, and it's in the voter suppression, and it's in the school systems, the criminal systems, the way police treat people, then it becomes this bigger structure and system that's in everything. And so then you have the people that believe that, and then everything in society agrees with what they're believing, and it firms that belief, and then their belief feeds the system, and the system feeds their belief, and it keeps going and going. So in an area like this, where white supremacy, cis heteronormativity, imperialism, patriarchy, capitalism, all of these institutionalized systems of domination are very strong. And so it's even deeper rooted in the individuals here. Sad.
That's so sad. Yeah, that's a US like.
Yeah, don't come here. I mean, we would love to have you, but you're not safe. No, come. No, don't come here. Wait, come here, but not now. Wait, 3 years. Maybe we won't be here. Who's going to be watching this?
Japan?
Yeah, we're all coming to Japan. There are a lot of really great people here in this country. A lot of nice people. And this political climate has really created a terrible environment. If you are able to travel around this country, it really and truly is a beautiful country. There's a lot of beautiful things to see. And you can have a lot of fun. But be very careful, please.
Yeah.
I love to have visitors, but I just want everybody to be safe. And this is an interesting time.
It is very interesting time. So, yeah, thank you for today.
Yay.
Interview.
I'm not clapping too loud.
Yeah. Okay, ありがとうございました。
ありがとう。
こちらニューヨークです。こちらはイーライ・アンダーソン。
こんにちは。
はい、今回イーライに相談したいのは経済のことと大統領が変わってどうしたかっていうところとイーライの周りの人たち、アメリカ人の友達たちの状況について聞きたいと思ってます。What do you think about this crazy economy recently?
I think the economy has been pretty crazy. I think it's really sad to see a lot of small businesses going out of business, unable to continue business in America. The price of things keeps going up, and a lot of people in America make wages that make it hard to live at a comfortable level. And so what should be happening with the economy is making it easier for people to live at a comfortable level. But at the opposite, we see that happening. We see lots of billionaires, people who have lots of money, making more and more money. And that's really sad to see. And it's just hard to make ends meet for a lot of families at this time.
What do you think about import tax?
I think import tax is a bad idea. Whenever import tax was introduced, Trump said that it would be paid for by other countries. When in reality, I think a lot of people realize that wasn't the truth. The costs of import tax falls on the American people.
How did you feel after the president changed, to be honest?
When the president changed in 2024 is one thing. But first I'd like to talk about in 2016, when the president changed and Trump was elected. I honestly believed that there was no way that Trump would be elected president. And it came as a huge shock to me that he was. And honestly, it was really scary because already in 2024, I actually wasn't as surprised. It seemed as if a lot of people on the internet wanted to vote for Trump. I personally wasn't excited about it, but it didn't come as a shock to me when the president changed. But still, there was I felt a sense of fear. And also, there's a sense that during 2016 to 2020, you never really knew what would happen. The craziest news articles are coming out every day about what was happening. And so I felt not surprised, but defeated in a way, knowing that for 4 more years we would have craziness, which we are currently experiencing.
So after the president changed, have you felt like you're surrounded people? atmosphere changed?
Yes, I feel like there has been an atmosphere change. I'm from Tennessee originally.
Yeah.
And when President Trump was elected in 2016, people became way more outspoken about voting for Trump and supporting ideas about deporting people from the United States. People became more emboldened to use hateful words to others. There's someone in my town who owns a bunch of billboards and would post their political messages on those billboards, which had never happened before, so that was interesting to see. I think in 2016 was when we saw the major shift, and 2024 hasn't necessarily changed the atmosphere.
Okay.
It's been a continuation of that atmosphere, growing, changing here and there. It's been prevalent for the last 8 years.
It's been 8 years.
It's been 8 years since Trump was first elected in 2016. Crazy, right?
Yeah,
You're buying it.
You're buying
I definitely think people have become less willing to understand where others are coming from, at least in my experiences.
Protests.
Yes. I did some
Was
protests.
it like about it was about politics, right?
It was a political protest. It was actually, though, a protest for Black Lives Matter. It was during a time where a police officer had murdered an innocent black civilian.
Right.
There was not really justice being had for that civilian. It seems to be a recurring theme in the United States. Still to this day, nothing really has been done to change these events from occurring. I think what's most scary now, though, ICE officers, are immigration officers. Being masked and being masked, not identifying themselves, and doing arrests, because there's no way to be sure that they're actually officers of the law. It could just be random civilians because they don't identify themselves. And for people to be deported from this country without a trial, there's no due process, and that's incredibly terrifying.
Do you have any like messages for the Japanese people who are thinking about study abroad?
I still think that America can be a great place to study abroad. I think the cultural diversity that America offers is very worthwhile to come study abroad in America. In America, you can meet all sorts of people from all kinds of places in one place. I think that's what makes America great.
Cool.
But right now, there are lots of scary things happening. So I hope if you do choose to study abroad, you choose to do so a good time whenever we are in a better place. And I hope that you make sure everything is in order and you know the decision that you're making and you've thought out well about coming to visit here. I do think you should at some point. Maybe wait a little bit longer and see how things turn out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Search a lot, then I know a lot. It's important.
Yeah, always.
Always. はい。ありがとうございました。
どうも。
どうも。バイ。
Thank you.
OK! じゃあ今日は、マックスに来てもらいました。マックスとは、オフブロードウェイのクリスマスキャロルで会ってから2回一緒にショーしましたね。それで、マックスは今アーティストビザなので、そのことについて話していきたいと思います。OK! Do you think it's really getting harder to get work or get student visa? Than before? Probably. Okay. Have you felt unfair because you were in
Of course.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel that happens to everybody. As soon as you have like a little bit of an accent, or if you're, I don't know, just you don't understand the American reference. It's like it's easy to feel.
No, like
it was the day after that everyone
generally, but like after,
they were so tired.
like some
Whoever the
policy
woman was,
change.
I assumed it was the owner. She was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
have you felt like that?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
For me,
what the fuck kind of fake is this?
if I don't have the US issued
Oh, you
ID,
know what? I think that
I couldn't sell my clothes.
I think that was literally
Oh.
like girls.
yeah. Okay. It has an effect
Okay,
because I
she's
have
tired
a US
and
issued ID
pissed and
over
right
it.
now. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got like a learner's permit,
Oh, right,
which is
right.
what
Yeah, yeah,
a loophole.
Yeah,
Like you can get a learner's
yeah.
permit. That's okay.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
But I did. You're right.
because
I
was
did.
like,
When I got
okay,
my most
that's
recent
like
job,
cute.
I did have to show them my passport as well.
Then I came back.
Okay.
But I didn't know about the policy change.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's really
You're
weird.
surprised. You're really.
Maybe they should be telling us about those things.
I know, right?
When they change policy, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They should.
Yeah.
Yes.
Getting harder for people from non-European countries.
Yeah.
even more.
Yeah.
Because that is like one thing that I want to say about my like super quick processing thing. I absolutely think that has to do with you being incredibly white and from Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like one of my best friends, he's from India, and he even goes like February, like something ridiculous, you know, like a year, like almost a year before he was supposed to.
What?
Yeah, he was like, he got his OPT in June like the rest of us, and then he applied for his O1 in maybe February or even like January. And this guy, he's straight up, he was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then he had paid for premium processing, which is like, what is it, 2K? It's like so much money. And then he got it 10 days after the So like, and he's like, we're the same school, same age, look almost the same, except that he's from Finland. So I do think, and with the incredibly racist movement that we have, I think it's gonna get worse for certain people, for everybody who's white, basically. That's what I think.
Okay.
But I still don't think it should dissuade anybody from applying if you want to do it, because it's still possible.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you are an artist, you're probably gonna get it. You're gonna have to jump through a bunch of hoops and probably handle a lot of awkward situations.
Yeah.
And like probably do some things that you didn't think that you would ever have to do in your life. Like, but like it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
For everyone. It's just hard.
Yeah.
Incredibly
Yeah.
hard. And time consuming. And I think I lost some of mine for a while.
Yeah.
Because it can make you question everything about yourself.
Right?
I feel like I'm back to normal now.
Yeah.
If I was gonna give any advice to people that are good, like just remember that you are a fucking person and you're just as valid.
Yeah.
Like,
Why do you like New York?
I mean, especially in New York. I haven't been everywhere in the US, but it's just like so much is happening. And like the big thing I tell my Swedish friends is that here, like if I wanna play a specific part, let's say I wanna play Romeo or whatever, I can do that. I can go on backstage and I can type in Romeo, and I'm gonna get 16 productions of Romeo and Juliet. And I can't get into it. Like I can't get into it. Like that, it is truly like at least a city of opportunity if you want to be an artist. Yeah, you might not always get paid. Might not always get paid that much.
He wants to do. So the people who watching it is Japanese people who thinking to go study abroad in the US. So if you have any message for them,
Number one,
save
save up way more money than you ever thought you needed. Be certain and confident in your own identity. And that's all I'm gonna say. They can discover it for themselves. And then thirdly, do it. Don't take it so seriously. What's the worst that can happen?
Just do it.
Truly, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. You never know.
But then
はい、じゃあマックスでした。ありがとうございました。
ありがとう。
ありがとう。はい
アジア人として思うアメリカなんですけども、私が今住んでいるニューヨークではアジア人差別はほとんどないと言っていいと思います。みんな無意識に差別をしないように気をつけているということがすごい伺えて、そういう教育を特に受けてこなかった。逆に私たちが無意識に差別的発言をしてしまうということすらあります。なので自分がアジア人だから怯えるというわけではなく、他国のことをもっとよく知って尊重して、また自分の国のことを誇りに思う、こういったことが重要なのではと考えます。よく中国人とか韓国人とかと間違えられてニーハオとかニハセヨとか声をかけてもらったりすることもあるんですけども、別にこれは差別ではなく、私たちがフランス人とイタリア人の区別ができないというのと同じように本当に区別がつかないからなので、特に私は問題意識はしておりません。今回のビデオはいかがだったでしょうか。私が今回インタビューを通して意外と自分が心配されているということが分かりました。ただ今この時間がこれからの人生で一番若いということは事実なので、後悔しない選択を賢くしていきたいなと思います。今回のビデオが参考になった方はぜひいいねとコメントお願いします。バイバーイ。ありがとうございました。